Hey, so I have a 2010 Honda Odyssey here. We're installing the air assist bags for the rear suspension, and just go over some tips I found. If your bump stop is destroyed like this, or you can break it, take off the foam cone. If you undo the top shock mount and drop this down that ½ inch, that's all the space that you need to be able to force this out of the spring. So you can come in here with a 14 mil, take off this bump stop, and then pull it out between the springs, so you don't have to drop the spring and this lower control arm. The instructions for 05 to 10 tell you to drill from the bottom anyway, mark and drill from the bottom. So you can do all of that with the suspension intact. And then just to put the bag in, you take off the nipple so you can collapse it, and then you just want to fold it, kind of just wrangle it in here. Might not be the most elegant at doing this, but it will fit. And then actually you want to do the nipple part first. I forgot. So get that in so you don't hurt it, and then squeeze it through. And you got your helper spring installed there. And then just a little trick that I found for installing the airline. Let's go. So what I did for this, sorry there, you come straight out the bottom like you're supposed to, but then there's a hole in the bottom, and then there's a hole in the top. And I'm gonna take a zip, so I'm gonna put this in and put a zip tie here so that this hose isn't low. And then for the exhaust side, you go forward through the go towards the front of the car where the subframe is, and then you can zip tie it up there, and that way you're not near the exhaust. They do give you a heat sleeve. I'm going to put the heat sleeve in right here. You see the line there, but then just zip tie everything up real nice and tight. I'm probably going to go to the hitch for the airline, and then I would do, if it were for me too, I would do individual pressure ports. It's that you kind of lose the ability to have even pressure or have them connected, but what it will do is if one bag fails, you can still have air pressure in the other bag instead of no pressure in both of them. Or if you're loaded up on one side more than the other, you can kind of fine-tune the air pressure. But that's pretty much it. It's a lot easier than having to drop this control arm and then reattach it, and then putting that shock mount isn't that bad. You have to pick up the suspension just a little bit to get the top mount of the shock back in place. But other than that, hope this helps. Any questions, put them in the comments.